my name is Natalia and I'm coming to you from Denmark, and this is my knitting podcast. Down below in the description you can find my another social media like my Ravelry page group, my Instagram page group, and where you can find my work and designs. So yes, today I don't have that much things to show because I was recording video just last week, but I make some progress and I want to share this. First and the biggest one is my finished object. Today I have just one finished object and two work in progress. Yes. So my finished object is my Opus shawl by Max the Knitter. I didn't block it yet and I didn't move the ends yet, but I did finish it. I don't know how I can show you this, but I'm really happy with my finished object. Yeah. So I used four, like main plan was to use 4 colors. I used 5 just because I couldn't get more of my main color, but I will show you from beginning. So my main color was this light gray color, and then later I discovered that I couldn't get more of that yarn in the shop, but I found something really similar. So this darker gray. So here I tried to like go from one to another. So I make some stripes alternate between these two yarns. So my main part was knitted where main color was this little darker gray. But then I actually find one more ball of this lighter gray in the shop. So I again alternate between this darker gray and lighter gray and finish with this lighter gray. So it actually look like I intended this, because here I have this lighter gray and here also. So that was this light gray, it was my main color, and then I used this darker gray and blue color as two contrasting color, and then I use this, don't know how you can call this, like rustic color to do this contrast stripes. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I use reloaded merino from Smokestack yarn, and it's light fingering by yarn, and the pattern called for sport by yarn, but I cast on the same amount of stitches. I just make more repeats. In the end I realized that I actually was measuring this wrong, so it's asymmetrical construction, and I actually was measuring lengths on I don't know, not on the right side, let's start like that. So I realized that after I already was more than size as it should be, so I decided just to go to the end of repeat and then bind off. But then when I didn't make 4 more rows to the end of repeat, because I realized that this dark gray yarn was like almost done. I had like little small bag, a ball bag. So yes, I had more of this yarn in a stash because I'm making next sweater, what I will show you from this yarn, but I realized that I don't need to add more. And then from yesterday I was working on this I-cord bind off. Don't know how good you can see this, but the pattern called for I-cord bind off, and then the designer recommend to borders looks the same, and here we have alternation between blue color and gray. So designer also recommend in some patterns switch between gray and blue color, and I can tell that it was a little hard as first I-cord isn't the easiest bind off. second two color by knot is even harder because for me I need to drop one yarn, pick another yarn, and then if I wanted to alternate between this gray and blue, I was needed to carry the blue or gray yarn behind this, that like here you cannot see that I was carrying this behind because it's actually inside this by now, but for this I was needed all the time like twist this around, and then yarn was really twisted all the time, so I was needed to stop and untangle this all the time. But yeah, so basically I finished the shawl yesterday, then I started bind off and make this part, and you think like, yeah, it's a lot. I think it's like a meter, but from that part it's almost a meter more. No, I believe I made this part yesterday and the biggest part today. So I don't know how big this is, but it is big. So next time I will show you this. I will glue all the ends, block it, and then probably will make some nice pictures to show it. And how much progress I done last time when I recorded. Sorry for all my ends. I was here with this stitch marker. So on this like ending of this gray repeat, and after this I make this blue repeat and gray like almost full repeat. In the end I had more than 390 stitches. I don't remember exactly, but that was a lot. Yes, but I'm really happy that I finished it. I like colors and I'm looking forward to wearing this. I just now need to deal with all these ends, block it, wash it, and take all markers out what I was putting on to see how much I'm making done. So yeah, my shawl is done. I'm really happy with this and looking forward to wearing this. I think it looks really nice. I have some yarn back after I was working this. I had this shawl, but I was working this in my French supply bag. Have some similar, this rusty color what I have in shawl, it's really similar to this back color. So yeah, as I told before, this blue, it was my one of contrasting. I will start with main. So this two was my main color. As you see, there is like slight difference between them. I started with this color, then I alternate to this color, and then in the end I also had this lighter gray color. Yeah. First I thought that the shop stopped to carry this color, but then when I was there last time, I just realized that they have quite small stand when they are putting all colors, and sometimes I don't know, maybe they don't have one in stock, so they don't put in it there, or they just don't put in all colors there. But yeah, so that was my main colors. That was all what I had left from my one of contrasting colors. So this was my two contrasting colors, and this I have left from another contrasting colors for stripes. So yeah, like that. So I have a little yarn back, and I actually thought that maybe I can combine this with something else and make a color work vest for myself. I like this color combination. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing this. I never made color work vest before, but that's every time is time for start something new. Yes. So that was my all finished objects, and now I have just two work in progress. My first work in progress is Cardigan by Locatelli. The cardigan is called Elton cardigan, and the pattern was made for a Stribe sweater with fingering weight yarn and lace weight yarn. So pattern was called for fingering weight yarn and then mohair yarn, and then you were supposed to make stripes, but I wasn't sure that I want stripe sweater, so I decided there are some project pages on Ravelry where people made that just with one yarn, one color, so I decided to go with that. And I had this dark gray color, it was also in my shawl, and I had 5 balls of that, so I decided to go with that. Last time when I was recording, I believe I separate for sleeves and make, I actually can count because I was putting stitch markers as how much I can make each day. So it was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I believe I was like here, so like half a body, maybe even more than a half. And now, as you can see, I have body fully worked. I pick up all the stitches for neckline and work neckline, and I also made this lines for buttons, and I knitted one sleeve, it's done, and I just pick up for the second sleeve. So far I like how it's look. I will try to insert picture. I tried this when I had just one sleeve done. I didn't work on this every day, but I tried, and mostly all my work went in Opus shawl. So, but I'm looking forward to wear this. I think it will be nice to have this autumn and winter. It's not that heavy, it's light fingering weight yarn, but it's merino, so it's soft. Yeah, I pick up some buttons yesterday, so I think I want them to go with this, but after I bought them I think maybe they are too big. I don't know, technically they can be here, but I'm just not sure yet. So they look like that, they're kind of like metal and look like kind of like old, something like this. Yeah, I find new recycle shop, like new for me. It was there, I never was in that part of city. So yeah, I bought them there. I get 6. I don't remember how much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly. So I have them. I will try to sew them on and see how it's look, if they are not too heavy for the sweater. If they are, then I will look for something else. But yeah, Elton cardigan, and I'm knitting this for how he hosts the call now for all her designs, and I'm participating in I'm looking forward to wear this. And yeah, after this I have planned to knit one more of hair designs, but this time it should be pullover. And I started with this one because this was made for fingering weight yarn, and I'm making this from fingering weight yarn. But another cardigan, it was designed to do with DK weight yarn, but I want to make this with fingering. So basically what I want to do, I will calculate how much centimeters my size should be. I will look in design how much centimeters, but then I will look more on the sizes from this cardigan and think how much they can correlate, if it's making sense. And then we'll be knitting that pattern just with another size of needles, because they both have similar construction. They are like quite boxy and have a lot of positive ease, and they both are knitted top down. Just this one is made like cardigan, that another like pullover, and they have another neckline. So yeah, and I will be making this from darker gray color, like almost black, like anthracite color. So yeah, this is my first work in progress. And as I said before, I'm knitting this from, again, smoke sock yarn, reloaded merino. yes, my last work in progress is socks. I didn't had socks for some period of time, but then I didn't had any small projects, and I wanted to have some to like carry with me when I'm on the bus or something like this. And last time I was showing you that I had leftovers from sport weight sock yarn. So, and I wanted to knit the socks for my son. I had 5 colors, but so he chose 3 of them. He didn't want all them together, and I actually started it already. So I used this neon color for bind off for blanket for my son, and these 2 colors I was striping them for sport socks for me. And now I'm just like, I make the toe, and then I'm making 6 row repeats for repeat. This is socks for my son, so they are smaller as for me. Yes, but it's sport by socks, so you don't have that much stitches on the middle, and they go in really fast. Like these socks I have 44 stitches. For my size I had 48 stitches, and I'm knitting them on size 2.5 millimeters. Yes, so this is one sock, and I stop here because I don't know how much this multicolored yarn I will have back. So I make toe, I'm knitting them toe up. I make toe, make the foot, I make the heel, and a couple of rows of the heel, and now I cast it on another one, second sock, and I'm again make toe, and like almost through repeat. I'm repeating these neon colors now, and as I tell, it's all leftovers yarn, and I have just like small amount of this multicolored yarn. And yeah, first I thought I will make them 2 at the time, but I decided that I don't want to break the yarn every time I'm switching the color, so I'm carrying this inside and twisting this. So it will be too hard for me to twist and have pulls from 2 another places yarn at the same time. So I decide I will do this to the heel, I will do that to the heel also, and then we'll see how much this color I will have. If I don't have more of that left, then I will be just striving these 2 colors, and think it will be okay. Yes, the one thing what my son just asked that they should have ribbon in this color, and he like how it's look now. So yeah, that's my work in progress. They going really fast, so I believe that maybe to the next time I will have them finished. But yes, that was all from me today. It wasn't a lot as I tell, but yeah. I think it's easier to follow when it's not so much projects and they are not that long. So you don't need that much time to watch on this. Yes, so that was technically all for me. It's become quite colder here in Denmark. Became quite colder here in Denmark. We have rains like almost every day now. It's a little irritating, but we all know that this time will come. So yes, I hope you're all well and you have time for yourself and your knitting. Take care and see you next time. Hi.